watched Donna Bray's lecture. She's the co-publisher of Balzer Bray. I'm gonna ask her a couple questions about the lecture. You talked about the importance of a character being relatable, authentic, in particular. So, like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Relatable, in this instance, because I was talking about middle grade, is basically a character whose concerns and experiences and abilities are appropriate to the 8 to 12 or 10 to 14 age range. What else did I say? Authentic. By that, I really just mean honest and researched and thought out. Readers really respond to passion and honesty on the part of the author, and kids especially can sniff out when a story is trying to tell them what's what. The kids are looking for meaning, not lessons. So what else did I say? Relatable, authentic, and particular, yes. Characters that are most memorable, we remember them for their flaws and their strengths and their quirks and their personalities. So much about who that character is informed by their experiences, whether it's their socioeconomic status, their family situation, the time and place that they are in, and a million other factors are all going to inform that character. And the more particular that you make the character, the more real it will feel to the reader.
You also talked about opening scenes. So what do you think is important to establish first?
Well, I mean, I think the number one thing that you want to establish is character. You want to feel engaged immediately with who your host is going to be, who your guide through the story is. So I think character, no doubt. I wouldn't be very prescriptive about it, but there are a number of things that you can do to get character across, or get across a sense of, you know, maybe what the character's problem or issue or want is, what the character's personality is. You know, you want to create a little bit of a sense of tension, of wanting more in that scene. And it can be done by just sort of establishing character through dialogue. I read an example from Halamar's Bad Bank, won a Boba-sized trophy, such a hard book to say, by Crystal Allen, and the opening pages are just these two kids sort of throwing shade at each other over bowling competition. So that to me works because you get a very strong sense of like these kids' passion for bowling, which is unusual to begin with, so you're wondering about that. You learn how long they've been bowling or not, and you learn how competitive they are. And so I think you get a lot across that is very key to the entire book. There's a lot of ways you could do it. You could do it through a combination of description and gesture action. There are a number of ways.
As an editor, what makes you say yes to a manuscript?
I think the thing that I respond to the most, I would say, even if the plot of a book is a little tricky or messy, if the character's really well drawn, I will generally be more yes than no. But I really say yes to books that are adding to the conversation that is happening out in the world, books that get kids thinking, books that, you know, elicit a strong emotional response, books that are topical are always good. We want to keep current with what's happening.
There was a blog post that I think was John Cusick, agent,
yes,
he wrote, and it was about that books nowadays good just won't make the cut.
Yeah.
That books need to be great for good books, but not all of them get published.
Right.
Like, so how do you draw the line? What's good and what's great?
And I completely agree with him. I just think, I mean, there's a good book is fine, you know, but a lot of times the questions that, the sort of very blunt questions that my colleagues and I will ask ourselves when we're reviewing a book, like if something is good, you know, and I'm like, could this be great? So the book doesn't have to be great the moment it hits my desk. I mean, we work on it. The idea is, does it have the potential to be great? And two of the things that we often are saying are you know, why do this book? And who cares? You know, so it sounds very brutal, but it's really like, if you think about the kind of investment of like time and energy, you know, putting a book out into the world, and also a book for children. I think that we have a responsibility to put out the books that we think are really great.
particular?